Well, we have a cigar that I think I reviewed years ago in Colorado. That had to be a long time ago. Maybe 3 years ago, maybe more. Coming back to it, it is a Toro. It is a nice looking cigar. It is very heavy for its size, very dense, slightly lumpy. It is a dark Connecticut broadleaf. That looking of a wrapper that only a dark Connecticut broadleaf Maduro can do. It's an Ecuadorian binder. I couldn't tell if it's Habano or Sumatra. I couldn't find out. And then we got Nicaraguan long fillers, rather thick Lajero in there. It's affordable. Well, all EP grills aren't really crazily priced, but it's going to come in a little cheaper than like the La Astoria or the Pledge. You know, that's the EP Carrillo. If you look at his menu, he has like a pyramid scheme. So you have the top shelf, like the Pledge or that new Cameroon, etc. The Allegiance, and then this should be right below that. So definitely not his bottom shelf stuff. But I digress. And you know, and if you like this better than the Pledge, who gives a shit? You can't just say, well, the other one's 30% more money, so it's got to be better. Well, it should be, but it doesn't always mean it's going to be better for you. Or you might say, well, this is not as good, but I'm saving money and I have a great time. So whatever. The point is, though, this is a nice mid-tier offering, around give or take $10. I'm sure bands are solid. And I'm sure online you can find these even cheaper. This is under his classic selection. So let's find out if this Connecticut broadleaf, oily wrapper, how it does, how it operates. I did leave it out for like 2-3 days. I still can't get the band to move. So I'm not sure if that's just it's glued on extremely tight, or just that this is a very full pack, or it was very moist. That I don't know. But the box just came in. The shop owner just got some new cigars. Not new, but new stock. And so I decided to revisit this. So as far as the look, looks like a nice mid-tier cigar. Everything in order. The roll's not perfectly round. Who gives a shit? You know, as you get to more expensive price points, you expect everything to perfection. Like going from here to here, there's a nice divot. I don't know if you can see that, but if you look at the horizontal line, it's not exactly perfect looking or feeling. Does that matter to me? No, not at this price point. If I'm buying an Opus X, yeah, or Padron, $20, they better be fucking perfect. However, though, I'm trying to remember if I liked this cigar a couple years ago. I think I did. Let's get to it. Rather windy right now. And I got shitty waxes. Rather shitty matches. Here comes the wind. After that, we're gonna puff. Wow. It's refreshing out. I might do one match. It's just some thick tobacco. I got shitty matches, and it's windy. It's a perfect night. See that? I want to touch that spot right there. The thicker filler tobacco one lights up last. Initial impression, medium full. Initial impression, it's not as smooth or silky as an Añejo or as a Liga number 9. It's more gritty. This is younger, dirtier tobacco, but it's coming in at a more affordable price, so you should expect that. The draw is, I wouldn't say snug, but it's not laser-like responsive. Once again, though, this is coming at a very, very affordable price. You know, when you get a cigar coming at a higher tier, or $15, $20 cigar, those cigars generally, how do you say, the rollers, they might give them more time. Time is money, right? So what adds cost on a cigar? More aging tobacco, better selection, best grades, best looking tobacco for wrappers, etc. Cosmetic flaws, slower production, so you get best construction, ignition of tobaccos, best straws. And then post-roll aging, of letting tobaccos marry together, giving it 6 months, a year in an aging room, and different techniques they could do. Maybe even more. Some cigars, higher end cigars, a year and a half to 2, but that's generally on higher end cigars. Also, you're going to have boxing, cellophane bands, all this other stuff, and also perhaps barrel aging. In the end, though, it's not a bad cigar. Definitely on the dirty side, though, but not to where it's so dirty that it's offensive or like feels cheap. But you know you're smoking a mid-tier on this. However, though, you might like that. You're getting more of the soil. My opinion is all tobacco comes from the soil. Well, that's a fact. And the more you age tobacco, it's taking away, in a sense, from where it came from, polishing it up. So generally, the smoother the cigars, the less gritty, dirty they feel. Somewhere in between, depending on what you want to do as a blend, will be the perfection they're looking for, the interpretation. So if you're going for a more textile feeling, or where you want to feel where it comes from, you know, like an underdog in a sense, he's not, living a luxurious life. He's down there in the streets, in a sense. This might be up your alley. Definitely going to be a great cigar with scotch. Is this a good blend? I think it is a good blend. I also think this would be a great cigar to age. Since it's coming in a medium full, and since it's coming in just, let's say, not as smoothed out as an Añejo or a Liga number 9. Somewhere along the lines of, like, if you like a Espinosa 601 box press blue, they're Connecticut broadleaf. This might be alley. A semi-dark, milky, I wouldn't say watered down milk chocolate, but a little mushy. It's not a super sweet, bold chocolate note, or as finessed as a VSG or Añejo. Once again, though, we're coming in cheap with this one compared to those cigars. By no means are you slumming it with this cigar. If anything, it could be refreshing having a Connecticut broadleaf that's available without being $15, $20. I got no hate on this cigar. It's affordable, and for some people, mid-tier is a luxury, I think this would be great with espresso, coffee, black coffee, in my opinion. Maybe coffee with anisette, and even like a dark whiskey, a scotch or bourbon, I'd be fine with it. The flavor is kind of slow. It's not a lively cigar. It's not extremely spicy either, though. It has some spice, but it's not that forefront on the heavy spice. Medium to full, earthy. It has that unpolished chocolate note, which is, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a good semi-dirty, affordable Connecticut broadleaf. I mean, it's called Dusk too, so it is a dark cigar. I mean, nothing bad to say about it. It's accurate to where it comes from. The ash is rather flaky and loose. Yeah, holding that smoke, the black pepper picks up. I'm gonna go and come back. I wouldn't say for me it's a box-worthy cigar, but if on Cigar Page though I found a 10-pack really cheap, I'd put it in the mix. Um, there's nothing wrong with this cigar. Is it as good as the Pledge? No. Or any of those cigars I talked about, but those are more expensive. Now, how does it do against competition around this price point? Well, like the Murcielago, that's a great cigar and affordable. The 601 Box Press Blue Maduro, that's a great cigar. It might be around the same price point as the Oliva V Maduro, but I think that's Mexican San Andreas, but still a dark Maduro cigar around mid-tier price point. All in all, though, I think it could be something up your alley. Um, it's not a scary cigar at all. It's just not heavily polished. There's a difference between a cigar being a slightly gritty, slightly dirty, more on the earthy side. Then that doesn't make a cigar strong. It just means not so refined. A cigar being refined or a cigar being dirty, gritty, is separate from strength. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. I'll come back. Well, we're deep into it. No diddy. Peace be upon PG. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid mid-tier cigar. If you go into the range of not comparing it to luxury blends or, more expensive cigars, it's great. There's nothing bad to say about it. Definitely a little on the gritty, dirty side. But that gritty, if you like the Padron, like 1000 series Maduro, that kind of vibe, um, you're going to enjoy this. It's medium to full, but it's not extremely strong the way it's pushing it, because the flavor is more slow. It does have a little bit of creamy texture to it. In the end of the day, it's not going to be a mind-blowing experience. I think if you're looking for something that's going to be affordable, enjoyable, dark, semi-strong, gritty, tasty enough, it's not like the flavor in this particular Carrillo is going to be so defined or majestic, or like maybe you like the for me the Encore wasn't for me, but a lot of people love the Encore or the Pledge, like the La Storia is really pleasant to smoke, really almost magical in the La Storia. It's definitely a step below that, but I don't mind that because it's definitely cheaper. Um, you're not going to be wasting your time with a cigar, but I'd be lying to you to say, well, I think this is the best cigar you're going to get at this price point. I can't say that though, but I digress. But it is solid though. If you find these online on Cigar Page, that's what I would do with this. Get like a 5-pack or something. Online cheap, $25 or something, $5 a stick. But at a shop, if you see them for $10, there's nothing wrong having one of these. You can have a good time. It wouldn't be my go-to, even at this price point. So I'm not recommending it like with extreme hype. But I have nothing bad to say about it. I think it's like one of those guys at your jobs that he's not your best worker, but he comes into work on time and he does the bare minimum, doesn't rock the boat. It's totally acceptable. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some cigars are just are good. And it's not like holy shit. It's Jason Bourne. But anyways, though, there's so many blends, so many cigars I reviewed. But definitely worth giving a shot, especially if you get online at a good price. What would be nice about this blend is if you were doing something, you could enjoy a darker cigar without like getting in the way. Because it's not trying to completely take over the moment. It's not exactly a chill, relaxing type of cigar, but if you're mowing the lawn or walking the dog or doing something or, I don't know, having a barbecue and you're sitting there on the grill, you can still enjoy a darker cigar without, you know, being so spicy and so strong that it's commanding your attention. This gets your attention, but it's, in the words of, oh God, who was that guy in Sopranos? Vito. In the words of Gay Vito, I'll be there. No, I'll be close. What does he say? Yeah, I'll be there, but I'll be close, but not too close. Anyways, he was trying to tell Tony not to whack him. Anyways, I messed that up. It's actually kind of relaxing, this cigar. It's, in that way, maybe it's unique. Slight bit of charred wood coming in too. So where's this cigar gonna land? I think a 4.4, and not in a bad way either. It's not. I think it's a solid good to very good. It's not exactly a strong, very good cigar. That'd be around 4.5 to 4.6. 4.6 is like a high, very good. 4.5 is like, a low, very good. And 4.4 is 4.3 is like good. It's like good. It's better than just a basic good cigar, but it's not exactly a solid, very good cigar. So that's where I'll leave it, and that's okay. Not every cigar could be high, very good, or amazing. The higher you go, the less cigars are up in that level. So this is not even just for the price point. So it's not like my point system is based on price. In fact, the more you ask, the more I demand. So it's a solid, good cigar. It might be very good for some people, might not be for others. If you want a dark, strong cigar that's going to take your attention, it's not going to do that. But if you want a darker cigar that you can kind of hang out with and chill, well, maybe you should get it. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe I won't come back. Some type of milky dark chocolate. It's a little watered down. I wish the chocolate was a little more sweet. Some earth grittiness, some black pepper spice, but it's really not a spice-forward cigar. With a little bit of charred wood. The finish, though, is not super heavy or long. I mean, there is some finish to it, but so that could be a good thing, too. Whereas maybe you have this cigar first, and then later on, you have a stronger cigar like the Pledge, or a stronger cigar like a Padron 64 Maduro. So if you're gonna, this could be a good beginning of the night. If you're gonna stick, if you're gonna have two cigars in one night, less of the brand, more of the wrapper. So if you're gonna have two cigars in one night, if you're gonna have Connecticut Broadleaf first, I would stick with Connecticut Broadleaf second. No matter what the brand is, and kind of keep that kind of flavor vibe. That's my opinion, because later on that second cigar will play well with this, similar wrapper. I digress. I'm out of here. You stay fresh.